Seaports can be major hubs of economic activity, bringing jobs to surrounding communities and economic lift to major cities. San Diego's two working marine terminals bustle with trucks, commercial vehicles, marine vessels, and off-road equipment moving cargo. But how does a working port balance commerce while mitigating the impact of associated pollution and emissions? "5 years ago, one small nonprofit went looking for the answer. In 2015, the San Diego Port Tenants Association, or SDPTA, applied for a grant from the California Energy Commission's Clean Transportation Program. The association's goal was ambitious, to be sure: fund a multi-year project demonstrating 10 zero-emission vehicles and an innovative freight signal priority system that could decrease harmful emissions in surrounding communities.
This particular grant, it was actually set up for ports. We got a phone call from Momentum, and they brought to our attention the same grant. We sent that on to Sacramento, and lo and behold, we hear a month or two later that we were the #1 winner of that grant. And we actually beat out the Port of Long Beach and LA.
And in 2016, the California Energy Commission awarded San Diego Port Tenants Association a $5.9 million grant to fuel major environmental advances by the association and its members. Working closely with Momentum and 4 local demonstration partners, SDPTA embarked on a project to build the capacity for advanced technology to operate, support, and improve the environmental and economic health of an urban port community. Air pollution is a significant concern at port facilities, with community air quality impact by emissions from diesel and gas-powered medium and heavy vehicles. Most demonstrations like this in California have been conducted by large commercial ports. This project was distinct because not only was it solely led by a small local tenant association, but San Diego is an urban port integrated into the local community, culture, and economy. Not just a business enterprise, but a waterfront playground for both locals and tourists.
Our port is so diverse. We have residents, we have commercial, we have hotels, and we have marinas, and we have 2 cargo terminals. So we have a very diverse port. We have surrounding those areas, we have communities like the Barrio Logan, National City, and Chula Vista that have what we call our working waterfront, really close to those residents. What is really important through this grant is to look at those communities and the impacts of our working waterfront that actually create thousands and thousands of jobs. How do we be better community partners?
This freight signal priority system, it gets the trucks green lights. And by giving those trucks green lights at the traffic signals, we're able to move those trucks through the traffic signals without braking, without slowing down, and that creates a cleaner atmosphere for the communities in National City and San Diego, Barrio Logan. It actually makes the roadway safer for those trucks too. There's fewer stops.
Along with ITS, partners received all-electric forklifts and heavy-duty trucks that have zero tailpipe emissions.
We were contacted by the San Diego Port Tenant Association of our interest in participating. Of course, we said, absolutely, sign us up. We currently use 15 diesel-powered yard tractor vehicles. So we actually got 2 electric utility vehicles that we're now using when we do our operations. So it's a very expensive process, but it's not only the cost of the truck, you have the charging infrastructure. That's part of it that's usually not included. And that's probably the largest hurdle of changing from diesel into electric.
Marine Group as a boatyard, of course, we've always had that desire to want to be a good business for the community. And one of the goals that we had was to become a zero-emission boatyard. We didn't realize that we could do that with our actual heavy-duty equipment. So the grant, it forced us to actually think outside what's already available on the commercial market. And we picked 2 forklifts. We ordered them to be electric, and here we are today. Just that small seeded idea then grew into what else can we electrify, and so now we've electrified 2 of our man lifts. It's actually hybrid technology, and with 15 of our forklifts now, over half of them are electric. So grants like this are important because it really does challenge a business to think outside of its normal operations.
For Patio, our goals were we want to create a greener fleet. There's some barriers, and there's really a barrier of how do we get there. We need a vehicle that's going to have the range to be able to do the deliveries maybe within the region, the county, and then really it's all of Southern California. The drivers love them. So that was actually a wonderful barrier to get over, because you really want your drivers to be comfortable. You know, they're going to sit in there for hours, and I think the drivers have compared the electric vehicles compared to the diesel more like a luxury vehicle. Whenever they're going through neighborhoods, they don't want to make a lot of noise. So with the electric vehicle, it's just, you know, it's silent.
The biggest challenge is that this needs to make business sense. If I had to start this business and just use electric trucks, it wouldn't make any sense at all. I have to slowly integrate these trucks and reach stackers and forklifts into my program and make them work. And I make them work because of our efforts to clean up our climate. Our goal is in the next 5 years to have 100% of our fleet at 10th Avenue electric, including our reach stackers. I believe that going green is only going to improve the air quality and the quality of the work environment at the port and surrounding local community. I think that we are just going in the right direction with this.
What this project does as a whole is holistic, because not only are we addressing climate, we're also addressing the health, and then there's the economics of it. This project is specifically targeting disadvantaged communities and also ensuring that the local workforce is involved in this project. It brings everybody together as a whole and also really increases our economics towards San Diego in general.
Doing this grant has been a lot of work, but I'm really pleased that I've done that. I feel very, very proud to have administered this. To have something like this is a huge impact, and I think that we will see other grants come to San Diego as well as to other parts that are smaller ports. And we, you know, the sea rises all together, and I think that when we can do stuff like that, it's all the better.
Environmental management is important for all ports. The San Diego Port Tenant Association tenant-led demonstration projects will have a far-reaching impact. By taking the lead, San Diego charted a course on how to adopt zero-emission freight vehicles and transportation solutions into their marine operations. Yes, this is one of many demonstration projects in California, but for San Diego, it's something more. It's something personal. A collaboration intended to create a healthier community on port tidelands for all people who call San Diego home.